Invite a Budget Blinds style consultant to show you how to transform your rooms just by changing your window coverings. Canada's #1 choice for window coverings. Visit budgetblinds.ca today.
This is Newcap News with Bart Pediasic.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. We begin tonight with an update to a story we brought you yesterday. 2 men are dead following a helicopter crash north of Paynton on Thursday. Maidstone RCMP received a complaint of a chopper crash in the Saskatchewan River around 2 o'clock. 2 men, one a 55-year-old pilot from Campbell River, BC, and a 30-year-old passenger from Prince Albert, were declared dead at the scene. Police say the helicopter was being used to access and repair power poles. RCMP from Maidstone, Turtleford, and Battlefords responded to the call. STARS, Lloydminster Search and Rescue, Edam First Responders, and North Battleford Ambulance were also on scene. The crash is under investigation by the Transportation Safety Board. Names are not being released at this time. Well, the strongest ever hurricane in the Western Hemisphere is expected to touch down on the southwest coast of Mexico as people there are bracing for a potentially catastrophic hurricane tonight. That includes some Lloydminster residents as well. This was the scene earlier today outside the summer condo of Marty and Darlene Stephen as emergency crews worked to get everyone to safety.
Sirens were going and there was probably about 10, 15 vehicles, fire trucks, basically warning the whole area that the hurricane is coming right for us. I can see right now, right across all of central area in Puerto Vallarta, all the windows are taped with packing tape and the streets are pretty much dead. It looks like a ghost town.
The couple had been coming to the resort town practically every summer for the past 20 years. And while they have seen the aftermath of previous storms, Hurricane Patricia is different. Forecasters are calling for winds anywhere up to 260 kilometers an hour, along with heavy rainfall and destructive waves.
I've been here like 2 or 3 days later and I've seen some of the stuff that's happened, but that was like category 2 or 3s. I think everybody's worried right now. Never seen nothing like this before and a little worried and at the same time kind of want to see what happens.
The Stevens have since moved more inland with a local family that they know. In the meantime, Canadian Foreign Affairs is advising against all travel to the coast of Mexico from San Blas to Lázaro Cárdenas. Well, with the Liberals' decisive win on Monday, the mayor of Cold Lake is now concerned about what that change in government will mean for the Canadian military. Fort Wayne Cold Lake employs more than 2,000 people, and close to 200 of those are soldiers that are currently fighting overseas. Typically, each mission is 6 months long, and Mayor Craig Copeland is wondering how the federal shift will affect the base.
It's going to be interesting to see. We're a fighter town, fighter base, and we have men and women right now overseas working in Kuwait on the mission against ISIS. So, we understand that the Liberal government wants to pull out, from that conflict. We're stepping away from helping out the Americans and the NATO countries over there. What does this mean for our credibility?
Mayor Craig Copeland says he's also worried that the new government will review the purchase of the F-35 jet.
We just hope on council that the Liberal government comes to a decision soon on the jet, because the F-18 has been in the service for a long time, and our pilots deserve a newer generation aircraft.
Mayor Copeland is excited about the new government, but wants the Liberals to continue what the Conservative government started with infrastructure improvements on the base. Some of the houses were built in the 50s and 60s, and the base is in the process of being modernized. Well, this week is National School Bus Safety Week, a time of the year aimed at promoting cautious driving practices to keep students safe when crossing the road. The Lloydminster Public School Division, in partnership with the RCMP and Second Cup, are reminding drivers to not pass school buses when red stoplights are flashing. Chris Chacon has more.
When the red lights are flashing, that means no passing. A simple message in this week's National School Bus Safety Week that unfortunately isn't always followed.
The issue is people drive past buses when the lights are flashing. If you do that, you could kill a child.
A strong message and an issue that is ongoing.
Just today we had an incident where this has happened. Nobody was injured, but it's something that happens in Lloydminster, and it's something that we want to get rid of.
Unfortunately, there are too many situations where people are in a hurry and just don't stop, and that puts children at peril and risk each and every day.
Organizers gathered at Second Cup to help serve coffee with a special message.
We're handing out coffee sleeves on coffees just to help remind residents to be cognizant of students getting on and off the school buses, particularly when the lights are flashing on the buses.
The image on the sleeves is geared to remind drivers of the importance of obeying this traffic law as they drink their coffee on their daily commute. A message that residents are glad to support.
There's lots of bad driving habits, and everybody needs to be more aware of what's going on around them and be cautious.
Now, there are fines if you don't stop at a bus when the red lights are flashing. It's $390 on the Alberta side and $360 on the Saskatchewan side. For Newcap News, I'm Krisha Khan.